I remember this quote your grandmother said. Alanis.
Dude, are you fucking talking to my dead grandmother?
No. You see the wall and you just go right through it.
Yes. That was her quote with me. Because I love to design. I love architecture. I love taking...
By the way, you think your dead grandmother's over there?
Well, I pointed there.
Oh, there?
Well, maybe there.
Can we give her the flowers?
Yes.
Let's say the flowers.
Okay, great.
If she's going to be someone.
Are you talking to her right now?
You tell me. This is Talk Easy. I'm Sam Fragoso. Welcome to the show. Today, 7-time Grammy Award-winning artist, musician, and activist, Alanis Morissette. When her seminal, generation-defining record, Jagged Little Pill, was released in 1995, it was reported that roughly 1 out of 10 Americans had a copy of the album. In fact, it was so popular that it remained the best-selling record of 1996. Chart-topping singles like Ironic, You Oughta Know, and Hand in My Pocket, they became so massive, so successful, that to some, her work began to feel a little bit like wallpaper, which you may admire at first, but over time, kind of take for granted. But her work was special then, and it remains so now. And while Jagged Little Pill is as vivid and vulnerable as it was in 1995, Alanis has had a pretty remarkable career since then, including 9 other electric acclaim records, including Under Rug Swept and Such Pretty Forks in the Road. As an activist, she's given keynotes on everything from female empowerment to spiritual and psychological wholeness. She's also hosted her own podcast, Conversations with Alanis Morissette, featuring interviews with authors, educators, and therapists, all of which culminates in her latest project, Butterfly with a Machete, a rock dramedy. Part musical stage play, part rock concert, part confessional, it takes the audience through Alanis' own journey from Ottawa to the global stage, with all the attendant highs and lows of being a cultural icon and a woman in music for the last 30 years. On the heels of her sold-out Las Vegas residency, the show will have a limited run in Los Angeles this fall on November 5th, 6th, 10th, and 11th. It's excellent, by the way, and something you should check out. But like most of her best songs, this show, which is kind of this multimedia presentation, everything's on the table. And the same was true for the conversation you're about to hear. We talk about her turbulent years as a teenage Canadian pop star, the pressures and insecurities that undergird her perfectionism, the brilliance of her songwriting, the fallout from relationships that were, at best, inequitable, why she's determined to finally set the record straight with this new show, Butterfly with a Machete, and how she's provided a roadmap, really refuge, for the next generation of pop stars, like Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo. This is Alanis Morissette. Hi, Alanis.
Hi, Sam.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
This is pretty surreal having you here.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's surreal being here.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Never.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our time. I think that's it.
Thank you so much for having me.
That'd be, I think it would go viral. And then you go, she walks out, but actually they walked out together.
Yeah. Seemed happy.
We ended the interview before anything happened. I do want to genuinely know, how are you doing? Like, are you all right these days?
Well, here's what's happening. I'm in perimenopause, so all the feel-good hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and when you're pregnant, progesterone's in the 2000s. It's in the thousands.
Okay.
Perimenopause and menopause, they go down to 0.
0?
0.
Where do they go?
Exactly. But they can come back and visit.
Wait, when do they come back?
They come back if you get into HRT and peptides and vitamins, supplements, taking dietary very seriously. Some people love the fasting, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
But,
where are you on that spectrum?
Weights, intermittent, rando, intuitive.
Okay.
But weights, the hack. There's so many hacks for us women, over 50. But one of them is weights, strength.
Mm-hmm.
Strength is tantamount.
Well, I'm going to tell you, your energy and strength seems high today.
It's high.
It's
Yeah,
like
thank God.
it's like right here.
Oh, nice.
So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, when people ask you about how you write songs,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little like asking a magician how they do the magic trick.
Yes.
You said, quote, songwriting is an exercise in letting the unconscious out. I live my whole life, then I take 10 minutes to write the story of it.
Yes.
And famously, like each song on Jagged Little Pill would only take like a day to lay down.
Like 20 minutes to write.
Yeah, and you usually use the first or second take. I don't even think there was a third take for a lot of the songs.
Sometimes no.
But in this new multimedia show of yours, which is coming to LA this fall,
Yes.
it seems to be a different kind of creative act, like one that probably took more than 10 minutes to put together and assemble and make happen. So how does this come to be, and why now?
The why now question I can never really answer, because my intention was to write a one-woman show for Broadway in about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
When it came time for the Vegas show, we could have easily just done a music show. But something intuitively hit me that I needed to reach out to Patty Guggenheim and my friend Anne Randolph and just put our heads together. And next thing I knew, in a way that ideally would have been written over a period of 9 months, we wrote the show in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And rehearsed it and hired the choreographer.
So it came together pretty quick.
Very fast.
But it is very much the culmination and the accumulation of your lived experiences.
Yes. I would say integration too, because in the 90s and otherwise, there was a lot of focus and onus on compartmentalization. Like, this is the archetype of rock star. This is mom over here.
Mm-hmm.
You got your money businesswoman over here. You got your activist over here.
Mm-hmm.
You got all your parts, but they can't connect because it's too much for people. And the pervasive message that I got my whole life was that I'm too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think too much, I feel too much, I move too much, I sense too much.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to 2026 and 2025. I wanted to do it all without thinking I had to cut parts of myself off to show up anywhere. I mean, there were people who I was working with who've known me for 30 years. So in theory, you would think they would trust me, but they would come up to me and say, "What are we doing?" And because the process was what I call inside out, I actually couldn't tell them. I love telling my kids or anyone who needs it where we're going. I want to create predictability. But in this case, I couldn't create predictability other than by saying, we're going to be okay.
I mean, that's a reassuring line.
I guess, if it's true.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
In my, on my watch, first do no harm, we're going to be okay. Yeah.
You described it as a rock concert with whiteboards. And in my view, it's kind of like Patti Smith meets Katie Porter. You know, that congresswoman who brings like the whiteboards out and destroys Mitch McConnell.
Yes.
I think that's the intersection.
You know, those two thought they would never meet.
They would never
Music and whiteboard were very sectioned away from each other.
You're the only one that would make them meet.
Multidisciplinary is my dream.
When you're singing these songs, because in the show, the songs are kind of interspersed with stories. And I want to talk about some of those stories today. But when you're singing songs from Jagged Little Pill or Under Rug Swept, what do you think about?
I'm inside the song entirely.
Because I read somewhere that you said you have to think about baseball.
That's when I don't want to cry.
When you don't want to cry.
Because there are lyrics that if I really tune into them too much, I'm a little puddle on the floor. So those are the ones, I think of the songs like Rest, songs like Mary Jane, where I can't, if I do focus, I'll just start weeping. So I think about baseball.
Does that help?
It does.
So what do you do for the other songs? How do you
I
stay
think about basketball. No,
in the finals?
Yes.
The New York
World
Knicks,
Cup.
100%.
Yes.
So when sports are off later this summer,
I can't come out of the house.
You're done.
Yeah.
I did read that you were agoraphobic for a little bit.
I'm still agoraphobic.
Still?
Well, really, here's what it is. I spent most of my life trying to be an extrovert as an introvert.
Okay.
And tequila was great.
Yeah.
I mean, there were all the drugs, substances, processes, people, things, they help, as some of us know. For the first 20 minutes, it's glorious.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just kills you dead. And your whole life gets ripped apart. So
when did you, in the show, you said, maybe tequila for breakfast, not a great idea.
No.
When did you have to come or reckon with that?
I would say over the last 6 years.
And how has that been?
It's been great because I am sober and I am slowly looking at everything that the presentational false self that I've crafted to survive. And, fight, flight, freeze, collapse, befriend, the appeasement one. My survival was always appeasement or freeze. So menopause goes, yeah, you don't need it. So it goes away. So all of a sudden I say whatever I need to say. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been saying what I need to say my whole life.
About to say.
But I haven't been saying everything I need to say. And in certain contexts, I would just get quiet. Whereas now there's more of a tendency to say something, and I can't believe half of what's coming out of my mouth these days.
Well, let's say some things then.
Okay.
You know, for the past 15 years, you've been giving these keynotes, as I mentioned, and watching the show, it struck me like this is you fully working as an educator as well.
Yes, also.
Which is where your parents come from.
Yes.
Your father was a principal. Your mother was a teacher. I think that's right.
So both teachers.
You're born in Ottawa. You grow up there after the age of 6. By 9, you're writing songs, and by 13, you're performing them. Given the straight A student that you clearly were, how much preparation did you do for these performances? How did you get better as a kid?
I had a lot of mostly unsolicited feedback from people. Can you imagine?
I can.
Yeah. So I had a lot of feedback.
Do they look like me?
No.
Okay, good.
No. So I don't hate you. Yet.
Hey.
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean? What if you say some patriarchal thing?
What if I show up for you fully, which is what I plan to do?
Okay, well, then that's a whole other thing. Okay.
I read somewhere that your manager that you had as a kid would put you in front of a mirror and videotape your performances so you could study your mistakes.
Yeah. And then after having gone through that experience multiple times and not really getting real feedback, I said to him at one point, can you do it for me? Show me what you're envisioning. And he did it, and it was really awkward, and we both sat there in silence. But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of unsolicited feedbacks that I got over the years. And, you know, I love the idea of getting the light shined on a blind spot, some part of me that's lost or gone or hidden that I'm clueless about. But I mean, ideally, it's from a gentle place where you go, can I point out a blind spot?
Yeah.
And then I'll go, yeah. But if it's like unsolicited.
At 13.
Yeah.
I mean, how does anyone navigate something like that? Like as someone who's also a lapsed Catholic.
Lapsed is great.
What did emphasizing how you fell short like do to a kid?
I think the challenge was how much I was being asked to do adult things like sign publishing contracts and getting paid as an employee at 10, you know, or starting a record company, because I wanted to start a record company only because there were no people signing us at that age. Cut to 2026, they're literally climbing up your mom's vagina to get the embryo to sign the contract. They don't care now. But back then, nobody wanted to work with kids to some degree. So I just started my own record company called L'Amour Records. And that was that.
No, that was not that.
That was not that. But that was that for that moment.
On Jagged Little Pill, you write what is now obviously a very famous song, Imperfect. And I thought we could listen to that for a second.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
I would love it.
Don't forget to keep that smile on your face. Be a good boy. Try a little harder. You've got to measure up. Make me prouder.
I mean, I hate to be like too on the nose, but listening to it this week in preparation, it really is about as perfect of a song as you're going to get.
In terms of encapsulating everything.
And I wondered, like, at school, when people started to recognize your talent as a performer, especially as you began performing Canada's national anthem. As a teenager, was your school and your classmates supportive of your burgeoning career?
The students were a little off-put. Some were inspired. Some were hostile and envious. Some didn't care. My dad said the best thing when I was younger. He said, "Sweetheart, just keep doing what you're doing because some people will adore you, some people will hate your guts, and most people won't give a shit. So just do your thing."
Did it help or hurt that they would play your national anthem through the PA system?
Well, it would hurt. Yeah, and to this day, when I sing it, I have a sphincter tightening moment of remembering.
I mean, but did you ever forward your future therapy bills to the principal of that school that decided, I'm going to play the O Canada national anthem
Every day.
every day? I mean, imagine that.
History class.
History class.
The looks.
How did that go?
It was very awkward. And I believed in the illusion, maybe as a lot of people do pre-fame, that fame or notoriety or recognizability was going to offer something. It was going to bring something home. And I'm going to go as far as to say it'll correct attachment stuff. Like everything you didn't get, you have mirroring and validating and empathy and eye contact. But the opposite wound up being the case. And there was more of a sense of othering and disconnect, which is my nightmare.
What do you mean the opposite was the case?
Everything became amplified.
As a teenager.
With fame.
Yeah.
So if there is any insecurity, if there's any terror, if there's any anxiety, it just scales it up.
But you didn't feel any of those things.
Hell no. Just to see.
In a Rolling Stone profile, I think it was 98, you said, I was in environments where everyone was much older than I was. So I was playing the role of someone who was 40 years old when I was 13. I want to know, who was the first man that you mothered?
My father. No, every man, come on.
At 14.
Yeah. I think what happened was because my survival strategy was appeasement and I had a predilection to psychotherapeutic, I was just really intrigued by human beings. So I was learning the Imago couples model theory.
As a 14-year-old does.
Yeah. And so I became sort of the family therapist. And in some ways that's, pathological. In other ways, it's great. Cut your teeth and with the best people you possibly can.
Did your family know you had taken that part, that role?
I think they appreciated it.
Oh, that's even more upsetting.
So the thing about mirroring with kids is if you only mirror one thing, the child believes that that's all they are. If you're only mirroring that you're just like Spider-Man, and I'm not going to mirror that you jump well or you think well or you feel well or you behave interestingly or you move well, just mirroring that you're Spider-Man, the rest of your life you're going to be a little confused.
Yeah.
So mirroring prodigiousness and talent was a big one, and not mirroring any of the other stuff. So there's this combination that is a paradox contradiction of a real sense of self and then no sense of self.
Is that what it felt like?
Yeah, because I was also in a lot of narcissistic environments, and narcissists and empaths, which I identify as 20% of people highly sensitive, of the 24 empaths and clairs. We are so susceptible to our environmental situations. So if I'm locked in a closet, I'm suicidal. Yeah. But if I'm surrounded by support, we move worlds, us empaths, if we're supported accurately.
So how do you navigate this dream of wanting to make music, wanting to tell stories through song, while also working with older men who are bringing you into this ecosystem that you are having to work alongside with and next to?
Yes.
How do you hold those two? How do you navigate that?
You just cut off parts of yourself. In patriarchy, it's like, okay, what does the male gaze expect of me as a 11-year-old, 50-year-old? What is expected? Okay.
What parts of yourself did you cut off?
The part that didn't like what I was seeing, the part that saw that men over a certain age were centered and it was only their opinion that was valued. The fact that my temperament was not taken into consideration. There were no transitions. It was an era of like, go grab a popsicle and we'll see you after dark. Like,
while you were making them money?
I wasn't making them money, but I was making money. And it wasn't a case where I was paying for my adults.
No, but the producers you worked with,
Yes. No, everybody made a lot of money on
Yeah.
me. Yeah, for sure. Still do.
When you leave home for Toronto, then Los Angeles, there was a conversation you had with your twin brother, I believe.
Wow.
You said, I remember my twin brother turning to me one day and saying, "You're so unhappy. Just go." And I remember pointing to a record of mine. It was leaning up against the wall in the corner of my room, and I just pointed to the record and said, "But I don't want to let go of that." And he said, "You don't have to. Just go."
Hmm. That feels really resonant. I feel like that would be something he would have said. And I just remember that was before I moved to Toronto. It was tough to leave the family, but I needed to go.
What were you pointing to?
It was a gold record.
Of yours?
Yeah.
And why did you think that was going to be gone if you left?
Well, I was also thinking of leaving some of the people I had been working with.
Oh.
Leaving the people I was taking care of, adults often. My maternal grandmother was a real kind of mom energy for me, so leaving her was torture. And then I was attempting to, I don't know if the word emancipate is the right word, but just emancipate from some of the people I'd been working with where there were dynamics that were super dysfunctional. And I was wanting to take the step of
Getting away from
becoming a young woman, but I didn't really, I hadn't learned about finances or budgets or writing checks and checking accounts. And, I had a lot to learn and I wanted to learn it as quickly as possible.
I remember this quote your grandmother said, "Alanis."
Dude, are you fucking talking to my dead grandmother?
No. You see the wall and you just go right through it.
Yes. That was her quote with me. Because I love to design. I love architecture. I love taking...
By the way, you think your dead grandmother's over there?
Well, I pointed there.
Oh, there?
Well, maybe there.
Can we give her the flowers?
Yes.
Let's say the flowers.
Okay, great.
If she's going to be someone.
Are you talking to her right now?
You tell me. You tell me.
Let's see.
Okay.
Well, wait, you just said something a second ago that I wanted
I just that she said.
Oh yeah,
you run through the walls, and the thing we're kind of tap dancing around is that you had relationships with record producers that were not appropriate,
right?
And you having to leave that to cut that off so that you could survive, which is what you did. That must have taken a lot.
But then you go from lava into boiling lava.
I'm trying to tell a nice story.
You're trying to uplift for the love of lords, and I just keep lavaing you.
Okay, so what was the next lava?
Stay down.
Go ahead.
Lava to lava.
Go ahead.
Insist.
Go ahead. That's what you want to do.
You seem to have a narrative
totally
carved out.
You want to tell the story like that? That's up to you.
I like metaphor.
What was the bad lava to the boiling lava? This is the first time you've debated whether to be fully honest or not.
You mean here, right now?
Yeah.
Have I been lying the whole time?
No.
Oh.
You've been honest the whole time.
Oh, like stay there, is what you're saying.
I'm trying. I would like us to stay there, but I can tell there's
voices.
I know.
Well, I'm also trying to be considerate of people I could ruin their life in one sentence. I mean, I'm not naming names.
Yeah.
It's actually tabling on behalf of the nervous system because I have a lot to say about 10,000 years of patriarchy. And 300,000 years before that, which was matrilineal and things worked kind of well. So, yeah, I have been fucking killed by patriarchy. And I'm like, when I cry right now, I'm like a rage.
That's why I was angry about...
If you're not angry, you're not paying attention. That's all I say.
Why don't we talk about what you did with some of that anger on the other side of the break? All right?
That's
coming up next with Alanis Morissette. With summer in full swing, I've been paying a little bit more attention to what's happening in my body when I exercise, and most importantly, how I recover. Whether I'm on a long hike here in Los Angeles or playing basketball as I do every Sunday, I've noticed that doing the work is only part of the equation. Sometimes you can feel like you're checking all the right boxes, moving your body, eating reasonably well, getting enough sleep, and still feeling like you're running on empty. What surprised me most is how much of that comes down to things most of us never even think to consider. Your workout may be the stimulus, but what happens afterward depends on what's going on under the hood. Things like your glucose levels, inflammation markers, hormone levels, even nutrients that affect how your body recovers and performs. When those markers are off, it can feel like you're fighting against yourself. But when they're in a healthy range, the effort you're putting in actually has a chance to pay off. That's why I use Function. Function gives you access to more than 160 lab tests each year, so I can see what's going on instead of relying on guesswork. For me, it's less about optimizing every detail and more about having real information. If something is affecting my energy, recovery, or overall health, I'd rather know than speculate. Using Function has changed how I think about staying active and how I take care of myself. It's personalized testing that helps you make decisions about your body, not broad advice from someone on the internet. I don't use Function also because I want to obsess over every number. I use it because I'd rather know than speculate. Check your health the way I do. Function provides 160 plus lab tests for $1 a day and member pricing on MRI and CT scans. Join at functionhealth.com/talk or use gift code TALK25 for a $25 credit toward your membership. When it comes to feeling well rested, there really are no shortcuts. And no matter how good the day is going, if I didn't get a good night's sleep the night before, I feel it throughout the day. That's kind of what led me to Helix. They recently sent me the Midnight Luxe mattress, and what was immediately clear was that it was designed for exactly how I actually sleep. It's supportive without being too firm, comfortable without being overly soft, the kind of mattress where you actually stop thinking about the mattress and just fall asleep. What I like about Helix is that they recognize there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all mattress. They have more than 20 different mattress models designed around how you actually sleep. Whether you're a side sleeper, a back sleeper, a stomach sleeper, somebody who sleeps hot, or somebody who needs a little extra support. For me, the biggest difference was realizing how much I had adapted to my old mattress instead of the other way around. And then the Helix arrived, and I remembered what a genuinely comfortable night's sleep felt like. And Helix, they make the whole process pretty easy. They ship the mattress directly to your door, then they offer a 120-night sleep trial backed by a limited lifetime warranty. Plus, their happy with Helix guarantee means you can exchange it or return the mattress if it isn't the right fit. There's a reason Helix is one of the most awarded mattress brands out there. Go to helixsleep.com/talkeasy for 20% off site-wide, 25% off Luxe mattresses, and 30% off Elite mattresses. That's helixsleep.com/talkeasy for 20% off site-wide, 25% off Luxe mattresses, and 30% off Elite mattresses. helixsleep.com/talkeasy. Coming back, it's probably hard for people to imagine this, but when you moved to Los Angeles, you're 19 years old, alone in a big, strange new city, starting to write songs that would appear on Jagged Little Pill just a couple years later. When you meet the producer, Glenn Ballard, in February of 94 and start working with him, when you play that back now, what did that feel like? Like, why did it make sense to you as a partnership based on those creative partnerships you were leaving behind, which were not good? What did you find there?
I'm just so charmed by the fact that he's such a yes and. So a lot of men that I'd been set up with to write a song with, they'd have an agenda, or I'd start writing lyrically something that kind of freaked them out. And it would just shut down pretty fast.
Freaked them out like what?
For a swear word, or if it was sort of super jugular emotional, they would be like, I don't think John Alexander would be happy with this. And I knew that collaborative relationship was not possible.
You're talking about like every lyric on You Oughta Know?
Yeah. So then I was introduced to Glenn, and I actually didn't want to go. And Kurt Denny called me. He said, I don't even know if you and Glenn are going to write one song, but you're actually going to enjoy him, I think. And I was so ready to meet a non-creeper. And I walked in, and he's open to everything I have to say, and he's charmed, and he's really freaking smart. And it was very intense, so he was like a perfect scaffolding.
I don't know how the two of you do this thing where you write a song, you record it, you do only a couple takes, because when you were growing up making songs in Canada, they would make you go 70. It's like a David Fincher movie. Like they would just over and over and over.
75 layers of harmonies, which is beautiful.
Which is why when you come to Jagged Little Pill, the one or two takes, like because you had come from
many takes,
when you think back on that album, what is the song that you like hearing most?
I love performing and hearing Mary Jane because it's such an empathically drenched song. And there's nothing better than swimming in empathy. It's the greatest for me.
Should we listen to Mary Jane?
Let's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hear you counting sheep again, Mary Jane.
19-year-old who moves to LA,
Mm.
the 20 and 21-year-old who makes this record.
Mm.
When I hear that song, really almost all of them, it feels like some kind of like exorcism
Mm-hmm.
of all that you were going through between 13 and 21. When you hear a song like that,
Mm.
who do you hear?
I hear me singing to me. And so when I write it, it's by its very nature, it requires me to be self-referential and obsessed with what's going on in here.
Mhm.
And then when I have it and it's finished and then I share it, I have no proprietary, it's yours.
Mm.
But then sometimes a year later or 25 years later, I'll listen to it and I'll think, God, that's for me in this moment.
You know, I told you before that when Jagged Little Pill came out in 95 and then was the best-selling record of 96, I was roughly about a year and a half old.
So what were your thoughts?
Boy, the
You're like,
essays I
"Mommy?"
could write.
Mama.
Mommy, I knew you were sad, but now I really know.
Yeah, and you must go. Oh my God.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
I
So badly want to just.
I say that. I know. I
Okay,
know.
but I won't.
I'll come on your show.
Okay, great.
I say that because in reading the coverage that came out around that time, I'm reading Rolling Stone calling you the angry white female.
Yes.
And like that headline spoke to a lot of different pieces that described the record and you as bitter, aggressive, jilted, all of these.
All true, but not singularly true,
We contain multitudes.
don't we?
And in contrast, I just love this paragraph. I wanted to read it to you. It comes from the New York Times. Too often, Jagged Little Pill is discussed only in terms of its bitterness and aggression, something that I imagine wouldn't be so common if the album had been recorded by a man.
Who wrote that?
His name's Hanif. He's
Thanks,
amazing.
Hanif.
He's one of the best writers we have. This flattening out of the album story does something that is still all too common. It reduces a woman's emotions to the ones that are easiest for men to dismiss.
Thank you, male gaze.
Is that what it felt like?
Well, the reductivism is wild. So there's one element I think that as an audience, sometimes people want to categorize, diminish, and then move on. You know, so what's this person? What's she all about? Oh, she's angry. Got it. Moving on. So there was that. And then for those who wanted, maybe they could hold a little more complexity, it became what you just described, which is, oh, an angry woman, I don't want to hear it. And as though it were just angry.
Mm-hmm. And that was the reputation that it had.
But I will take it because I will take angry as the first note in the music. I was very clear that if we put a song out first, like Ironic or Hand in My Pocket, that it might be too much for people to see this appeasement, joy, love, idealization, and then follow it up with, oh, and by the way, of course, she's also angry, because the male gaze couldn't, at the time, I don't think they could hold that. So I thought, let's just start off with You Oughta Know, and it wasn't a popular choice.
What do you mean?
With the inner team, nobody wanted You Oughta Know first.
They didn't want that?
No, they were terrified of that song. And I remember having thought at the time that I would much rather come out being maybe misinterpreted, maybe reduced, maybe there's some triggering going on, but we're starting on a note that is intense. And I am here for it. I can explain anger till the cows come home. And I just think every woman I knew was pissed because they were paying attention. How do you not get pissed? You're inside a patriarchal Truman Show woman-hating dome. And then you say to the feminine, have fun in there. I just had to start being honest with myself. But as songwriting I can't help but be honest because it's the unconscious speaking. If I were in presentationalism while writing, these songs wouldn't be what they are.
The reputation of the record that I had growing up in the time that I did was that thing you're describing. Angry, upset, embittered in some way. And then I heard the record.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Nice.
There's so many
colors.
notes.
Yeah.
I thought it was just red.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Well, that was what was
and
sold.
that's what was sold.
Yes.
And that's why I wanted to have you here, because I'm hoping that by the end of this, people will go, oh, okay.
Oh,
There's a lot.
there's a couple other colors in
A
that.
lot more.
Yeah.
And yet, in your new show, you talk about this,
Mm.
that some of the greatest offenders
Mm-hmm.
were other women.
Mm.
And not just other women you really admired. Tori Amos, Sinead O'Connor, Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell in Details magazine. Do you remember what she said?
I just remember mad as hell, pissed off about songwriting, something.
I'm a musical explorer and not just a pop songwriter or an occasional writer of a song or half a song like these other women.
Mm.
Alanis Morissette writes words, someone helps set it to the music, and then she's kind of stylized into the part. A lot of these women are made.
Yeah, that's a woman who's been baked in patriarchy, projecting it on a fellow woman. Happens all the time.
And yet I can't imagine like that must have been from her.
Well,
Oh,
she's
so
known for being wildly generous verbally. And by the way, I've heard from other artists whose names I will not mention, who've had the exact same interaction.
Did that bother you?
It's just a missed opportunity for a beautiful mentor, me leaning into the crook of your neck. I mean, who doesn't want that?
Everyone.
Yeah, I mean, what a bummer.
That's
You know,
so
and I
hard.
think I had these fantasies that I would be snuggling up with Annie Lennox and Joni would be massaging my feet. And, I just had these fantasies of what it could be like, and it wasn't. I'm such a relationships first type. I just thought, well, I'm in this really strange group now. Let's find my peeps.
You wanted
And I didn't find my peeps.
no one?
No.
There was no one that would help. No template that was being offered. No
Nope.
blueprint.
Oh, well, hell no. There was no blueprint. How are you going to get a blueprint? The running joke was that I was supposed to write the handbook.
Yeah. In many ways you have.
Well, I'll support people who are completely blown away by their fame experience and disillusioned.
Mm.
I will show up for you.
I mean, was that isolating to reach out and to not just be met with silence,
Mm-hmm.
but to be met with
With Meanie Beanie.
that
And
kind
also
of
inaccurate. Like, oh, it's wildly
Where
inaccurate.
I don't even know where she got that
But
from.
that was the pervasive messaging.
That you didn't write your songs.
Yeah, that Glenn did everything and I
Yeah.
was just smiling.
Mm.
But that's the reduction of the patriarchy.
Mhm.
A woman can't possibly fill in the blank. Okay.
That's a lot of time to be smiling.
There was a lot of fear. And I think that's kind of baked into the patriarchal melting away,
Mm.
and then here we are in 2026. And I think men need male leaders because for a long time, women were like, oh, we got you. We'll usher you into some new eras.
Mm.
And I think those days are done.
Mm.
So if hetero men need support, they're going to need to find it from other hetero men.
Mm.
We're done.
When did we retire that?
2 years ago, not surprisingly around perimenopause.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, before that happened, I want to go through the fact check here.
Okay.
This is a segment we do to try to correct some things on the internet because, as you know, a
Misperceptions.
lot of nonsense on there.
Yeah.
On the tour of Jagged Little Pill,
Mm-hmm.
Radiohead opened for you,
Mm.
and during sound check, they would workshop OK Computer.
Mm.
I read that in meeting them, that you nearly died from aloofness.
Everybody was aloof except for me.
That was like the 90s.
the
thing.
credo is, and for me, I often think about fight, flight, freeze, collapse, befriend. Okay, so befriend gets all the bad rep. Whereas aloof gets, oh, it's hip, it's cool, it's mysterious. It's like, it's just one of the survival strategies, guys. It's kind of the easiest low-hanging fruit survival strategy. Sorry. And then
true.
you get the relational one. People called it codependence. They go clingy, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, it's one of the five. And why do we hate that one a lot? Because it's relational and it's feminine.
What do you mean?
Fight, kind of masculine.
Yeah.
Flight is both,
Yeah.
but flight is dissociation. Freeze is dissociation and aloofness, and I'm not really fully here.
Mm-hmm.
Collapse is pretty obnoxious, and it often happens when I'm across from somebody who I'm asking to rise with me, and the collapse happens. That's tough, and I collapse all the time. So it's not like I don't do these things.
Me too.
But my go-to is appeasement.
Mm.
And that one gets a bad rep because it's the only one of the four that is relational. And even the term codependence being spoken about disparagingly and just like, hold up. This is just one of the five, everybody.
The thing I keep on like hitting with you is just the amount
Mm-hmm.
of contorting
Mm.
of making yourself small that you did
Mm-hmm.
to appease, something must
Give.
It has to.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
it was all the many ways, all the addictions and all the ways that I attempted to mitigate the lifestyle of gaslighting. That's really what it was.
And which addictions worked?
They all had their whack-a-mole moment in the sun. Alcohol, marijuana, any opioid. I have a theory, a developmental theory of all the tasks in development when they don't get met, the drugs or the addiction that is perfect for that. So attachment stuff, I often think we chase the embryonic feeling. So the opiates and the creamy food and the butter and,
Okay.
and then exploration is ideally you're kind of tethered to the love and you go.
Okay.
So a lot of people in exploration, if they're afraid, maybe a little cocaine, a little augmentation, anxiety comes up in that stage. The third one is identity. So that requires the parent to mirror. You're wearing blue, you said something smart, you all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth one is competence. And my parents knocked that one out of the park, that you can do anything.
Mm-hmm. During that tour, and the aftermath of it, which is so, in watching the documentary of the making of that tour,
Oh, yes.
which addiction worked for you then?
Work addiction.
Work addiction.
And I think it's the praised addiction. You tell someone you were working on something till 5 a.m. and they're like, you're a rocker. You tell someone you're doing heroin till 5 a.m. and they're worried about you.
Yeah.
Whereas work addiction, I think, is equally, maybe sometimes neck and neck or even more corrosive to relationships and anything that is intimate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you remember what you want?
Can't imagine.
I'll find out everything when I interview you.
What was that again?
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
We get too close. Get too close to me. Get too close.
Look over there.
Good try.
Yes.
Oh,
I'll get in there.
For you, I'll be an open book.
Thanks.
Season 3, episode 5 of Curb Your Enthusiasm. The terrorist attack. That's what the episode's called.
Oh, I know that.
On that episode of Curb, you tell Larry David who You Oughta Know is really about. What was the name that you whispered?
I think I whispered 14 different names. Different names every time. Some of them were fed to me by Jeff Garland because they were inside jokes that how could I have possibly known them? And I honestly don't remember any of the names, but there were every shot we did.
I was like, you have to improvise a name every time.
That gives elicits some kind of response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course.
But they were ridiculous.
Abraham
names.
Lincoln.
Maybe more granular
Shorter?
for him.
Oh, okay.
I don't reference guys of...
By height?
No.
You don't
Should
see?
I?
You don't see height? It's a trick.
I notice it.
So stupid. So dumb.
What is that called, though?
You know what it is? It's called a trap of a question. That's what it is.
You don't see height?
You don't see height?
You have set me up to lose.
I'm trying to make you succeed.
Okay, thank you.
That song, You Oughta Know, it's in the spirit of like You're So Vain by Carly Simon, where everyone has wanted to know who this song is about. I want to know
who this song is about.
Now's the time.
Don't you think?
How many men have come out of the woodwork to ask you whether it's about them?
5.
And were all of them on sitcoms or just one?
All of them were their own unique creature.
Larry said if you needed to unburden yourself.
Right.
Of
He's
course.
so sweet to say that.
And I would totally offer myself.
Yeah, thanks for that safety.
Totally on camera in front of microphones.
Yes. You're so safe in this room.
Okay.
Okay.
A couple more dumb questions, and then we're going to go back to where we were.
Okay.
On The Pit, they performed a song of yours.
Every time you speak her name, that you told me it's gonna be until you die, till you die, but you're still alive in our head to remind you of the first drop left when you went away. Is that
And I want to know if you had to do karaoke and you had to do a song of yours.
Oh, mine.
Yes. Which Alanis Morissette song would you do?
Oof. Probably The Couch.
sometimes confused, sometimes ready to cry open wide, sometimes in day
just because it's got a lot of words and it's very serpentine and stream of consciousness.
You make it hard for yourself.
Yeah. Your eyes would have to be glued to that screen. And by your eyes, I mean my eyes.
I was about to say.
Well, you have to do it first, like reconnaissance.
No, I wouldn't do that song. I couldn't hit any of that. Are you kidding? I got a very small skill set of karaoke. It kind of begins and ends with Baby Come Back.
Oh, great.
Outside of that,
can't wait to hear it.
maybe Dirty Work.
Oh.
Didn't you call Steely Dan?
Dan Steely.
Dan Steely?
Mm-hmm. When Maverick first got Jagged Little Pill handed into them, they were freaked out and they said things like, "This record is too caustic." And I said, "Well, I am 19 years old." And then I said, "If you want a Dan Steely record, I'm not your girl." And then Glenn leaned over and said, "It's Steely Dan. Oh my God." But I'm also that woman all the time. Like someone will say, "Have you played this venue before?" And I'll say, "No." And then Jason, who I play guitar with, will be like, "We've played here 3 times."
Yeah. It was 2007, 2009, and 12.
Yeah.
It was also in 97, but it was rebuilt then. It was...
Exactly.
Post-Jagged tour.
Mm.
I was reading about this time, and it seemed to me, it reminded me of after the Horses tour that Patti Smith went on.
Mm.
She said many times, I didn't particularly expect to do much more, and I could have walked away and thought seriously about walking away.
Right.
And it sounds like you had a similar or something like it.
Yes.
What did that look like?
I think because I had the fantasies that fame would be some kind of panacea for the loneliness, and it wasn't.
Did it help at all?
Here's what happened, is I could see that the activism and the songs being shared in and of themselves offered an assuaging or a comfort or them not feeling alone. And I noticed that everywhere I went, that was the response. This wasn't always the response, but for the most part, the response was people feeling less alone in their experience. And then that was pay dirt for me. I just thought, oh, here's a great reason to stay in this.
And so you did.
Yep.
Can we talk about what that looks like after the break?
Yes.
Okay, that's coming up next. Around this time every year, I notice my travel becomes a bit scattered. One weekend for work, another to see family, and then a wedding. Sometimes it's a live show, especially the last couple summers. I've been on the road to tape conversations with people like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Sam Rockwell, and Patricia Clarkson. And whenever I leave town, I just have my place be vacant. But lately, I started thinking differently about all of this. In my absence, why not let my home work for me? That's why I've considered listing my space on Airbnb. It's a simple way to earn some extra money while someone else enjoys their time in Los Angeles. What I like about it is really just the practicality. You're not changing your plans or taking on a second job. You're simply making use of a space that would otherwise remain vacant. And then whatever you make can go towards something else. A vacation, a restful weekend when you return, whatever you'd like. During the summer, especially when so many people are on the move and traveling, there's even more opportunity to make the most of the time when you're away. If you've ever thought about hosting, now could be a good time to start. Your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.com/host. There's something about summertime that makes you think more clearly about what matters. Maybe it's more time with family and friends, or just a feeling that you want life to feel a little lighter and slower. It invites a renewed sense of responsibility, the desire to protect what you've built and make sure the people you care about are taken care of and accounted for. But financial planning can feel heavy. And life insurance is one of those things people tend to put off, not because it isn't important, but because it feels complicated and daunting. That's where Policy Genius helps. Policy Genius is an online insurance marketplace that lets you compare quotes from America's top insurers side by side for free. Their licensed team works for you, not the insurance companies, so the guidance is built around what you actually need. They help you find the right coverage amounts, prices, and terms without the guesswork. They answer questions, handle the paperwork, and advocate for you throughout the whole process. What stood out to me was how straightforward it all felt. Something I'd built up in my head as complicated and scary ended up feeling like one of those rare tasks that actually gives you peace and quiet after you finish it. With Policy Genius, you can see if you can find 20-year life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. Head to policygenius.com to compare life insurance quotes from top companies and see how much you can save. That's policygenius.com. You've said in the past that you don't exactly know what a song is about until like 2 to 3 years after you've made it. And of all the songs in your discography, the one that I have not been able to shake since the first time I heard it is Hands Clean. And I want to know, when you wrote it, did you need the 2 years to know what that was about?
I knew what that one was about. And I think it took a few years for other people to know what that song was about.
What did people think it was about?
I don't know. But when it came time to make the video for it, the peeps that be were encouraging, let's bring 12-year-olds in and let's make it a really fun, young, youthful, vital thing. And I remember having asked, did you hear the song? And they said, yeah, it's great. Anyway, so once we made it acoustic a few times, I think the lyrics took
precedent.
And then I think a couple people went, oh, this isn't the fun, loving ditty that we thought it was.
No. Should we take a listen?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Hands Clean, off the record, Under Rug Swept.
You're essentially my employee. I like you having to depend on me. You're a kind of protege, and one day you'll say you learned all you know from me. And I know you depend on me like a young thing would to a guardian. I know you sexualize me like a young thing would, and I think I like it. Ooh, this could get messy, but ooh, you don't seem to mind.
That song came out almost exactly 15 years before the Me Too movement took hold. And there hasn't really been a Me Too movement or kind of a reckoning in the music industry.
No, they were next.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like when you're hearing that now, where does it bring you back to?
It brings me back to some of what you've brought up today, which is a young, sensitive, empath creature, well-meaning, first do no harmish, in a sea of exploitative, predatory, heady environments.
There were multiple men in your life when you were a young kid,
Mm-hmm.
and they would call you mature for your age,
Mm.
old soul,
Mm-hmm.
wiser than your years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the older men in your life called you these things so that they'd have cover, like an excuse for their predatory behavior towards you?
I think sometimes. I think they were saying it to justify it in their own bodies.
Like they needed it to be true?
Yeah.
Did you know that at the time?
I knew there were manipulations and agendas, and there was a reduction. You know, I think of hypersexualization in women, or women being sexualized no matter what. And I just think it's 1/100th of us. So for that to be seemingly often the only focus is not only reductive and diminishing, but like inaccurate.
And did making that song, I don't know, what did it do for you?
The act of writing is very cathartic, but it's not healing in and of itself for
Right.
me, because
Well,
it's
say
not
more about that.
relational.
Okay.
I would have loved to have not had to address any of this. But the songs, we're singing them every night, didn't make a healing experience happen. It moved energy, which is great. It was catharsis, which is always amazing. But it became healing when it became relational. When I started telling people safe environments, tiny pieces.
But telling people what?
My story, or what happened, or that I'm actually not happy right now, or that just tell the truth. Because the appeasement would have me be, and I write about it a lot, like not tell the truth to people because I didn't think they were safe. I couldn't trust them. It was too vulnerable. There were environments where being vulnerable, it just felt appropriate. Songwriting, yes. Journal, yes.
Yeah.
Best friends, yes. Everything else felt like a scary environment.
Yeah, I heard you in one interview say, people would say, well, why did she wait so long to come out and say that there was sexual abuse?
Yeah.
And you said, I didn't wait so long.
I didn't wait. And by the way, had I waited so long, that's also fine. What, you're going to tell me how to communicate now?
You said no. You said no one listened. I think that was a quote. No one listened.
Well, beyond no one listening, definitely no one listening, but no one wanting to do anything about it because that would upend and create upheaval in their life. So they weren't incentivized. And the culture didn't ask it of them. So where's the incentive to change behavior? There isn't.
You're saying because the people around you
and the world
profited.
They profited financially, sexually, emotionally, psychically, energetically. They profited. And that's, that's that side of the men going, oh, women are great artists. But what they didn't do was finish the sentence because they're bankable. So everyone was like, you've changed the game, bitch. And I would say I made money for men. Becoming bankable was, I guess, a feminist move. And I was riding the wave. I volunteered to ride it. The wave was happening with or without me, obviously. And I just thought, you need a volunteer in my hands up before you even finish the request for some reason.
You making money for men. How do you reckon with that? I mean, you also made money for you.
Of course. And then I worked with men who, quote unquote, manage money and they were stealing it. And
I read about that.
Those were fun
$6
years.
million or something like that?
Up to 8, I would say.
How would you ever trust, forget men, anyone again?
But that wasn't just one moment. These were many
they're stacked.
Moments of that same thing. And for me, it was really incumbent upon me to learn about personality disorders.
Okay.
Sociopathy, psychopath, and malignant narcissism. I needed to become an expert. And I would never call myself an expert, but I learned a lot. And does that mean that I can spot it every fucking time? No. But I spot it. It's just my body. I just go, and then I trust. What I don't trust is just blind trust. I have discernment. But what I now trust at 52 is if my body is feeling uncomfortable around something weird is going on, and I rely on it, and I don't even have to intellectually explain it.
One of my favorite songs of yours is called Front Row. And Kevin Smith has talked about how that it's in some way a dialogue between the two of you about why you guys couldn't be together.
Yes.
And in the song, you write, I start by saying things like, you smoke, you live in New Jersey.
Reasons I can't date you.
Valid reasons.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, they're what they are.
Then he responded in the song. You started saying things like, you belong to the world.
Yeah, I would have a lot of people I would either date or want to date, and they would say, I'm only going to let you down and you belong to the world. And really what that was, and I can't speak for Kevin, I have no idea. But a lot of times people were almost admitting to me that they wouldn't have been comfortable with an alpha woman and that they would eventually want to clip the wings. And that happened a lot.
Do you believe any part of that line? That you belong to the world?
I do.
How do you feel about that?
I feel very, very, very good about that. That's a big, heartful yes.
Is that thank you?
Yes. And we end on that often in our show because it's such a great tying of the bow of the gratitude and I can hardly believe I'm in this, what I think is a sacred position. Not precious, but super sacred. And I love the people so much. I also hate us, don't worry. But I really do love human beings so much.
Nuance.
Nuance. Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to get at, as an artist, as a young person, when you were on Charlie Rose back in 1999, you said this thing that I think a lot of young artists feel, which is I always equated evolution
and growth with suffering. And I was suffering all of the time. And I felt like that was the only way that I could be close to God and growing and an artist.
Do you still believe that's true?
No. I believe there are two of the energies that move worlds are anger and love. So I actually believe passion is the ingredient. So activism, anger, fear, existential crises, anything that has me lean forward, it's right about it.
Why did you think you had to suffer in order to make great art?
Because that had been the point at which I wrote in desperation. Writing is not my favorite thing. It's really hard.
Mhm.
And I do it all the time, but it's not the most pleasant sensation in my body while I'm clickety-clacketing or doing what I'm doing. And I write all the time. I write, read, listen, mother, all the things.
Mm.
And that's all I do. But mostly I wake up and think, how can I serve? And then I, as ideally include myself in that here and there.
Mm. In the middle of the episode, we talked about that quote from Joni Mitchell
Oh, yeah.
and the blueprint that wasn't there.
Right.
And if we skip ahead in time to just a few years ago, you're on the cover again in Rolling Stone,
Okay.
this time with Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And to me, I looked at that and I went, oh, wow. You are now, for Taylor Swift, for her, kind of being the person that you were looking for,
Yes.
that you were trying to find on the other side of the phone.
Yes.
What has that been like for you?
It's been really amazing because it's a quiet, steadfast holding of space. I'm available if you need me. And if you don't, great. Love you. It's very spacious, but it's constant and I'm here.
Mm. You get 4 a.m. texts?
Yep. I like it though.
Has it been helpful for you?
Yes. Being a mom and then being a friend to those who are younger than me in any kind of, it's not formal mentorship. It's just, I'm older than you and I have had some experience and I'm here if you want to vent.
I've been through this very weird particular thing.
Very strange.
I have this weird set of skills.
Yes.
Yeah. This is your Liam Neeson speech.
Yes. And I will find you.
Yeah.
And
you
I
do.
will uplift you.
And you do.
Well, they find me.
And you uplift them. Isn't that beautiful?
Hopefully.
I want to play a little bit from a song that you perform in this new show of yours,
Okay.
Reasons I Drink. Can we take a listen?
Let's.
These are the reasons I drink. The reasons I tell everybody I'm fine even though I am not. These are the reasons I overdo it. I have been working since I can remember, since I was single digits. Now, even though I've been busted, I don't know where to draw the line because that groove has gotten so deep.
So that song, how are you doing with
With all of those,
all of those?
I'm understanding the desire to reach for these relief-seeking measures more and more and more. And I feel in a large conversation, a planet conversation about what leads us to seeking relief in these ways. And a lot of it has to do with temperament. And I remember speaking at the neurobiology conferences at UCLA, and I would bring up, this was like 15 years ago, and I would bring up temperament. And people would just be whatever. And then now I just feel like it's being given its moment. Because how do we not talk about temperament when we talk about education or trauma recovery or approaches? I mean, you have to. So I feel like we're so considerate around dogs' temperaments and cats' temperaments. But then humans, we're just like, whatever, lop them all into one category. Yikes.
So what is your temperament these days?
These days, it's the same temperament all along. I'm just not lying about it.
What is the temperament you've had and still have that led you to whatever it was, drinking, eating,
All of it.
eating,
food, all
drugs,
of them,
all
almost
of that.
all of them.
Yeah, almost all of them.
Some of them were so enticing that I knew that if I did it, I'd never come back. So those would be the ones I just knew I couldn't do them. Okay, so highly sensitive, 20% of people. I think actually 30% of people, but 20% for the sake of conversation. And so also introversion. And then if we want to go rabbit hole, you can get into Enneagram or all the other fun self-knowledge accruing things. Also, part of the problem is that empaths and HSPs have had their asses kicked.
Yes.
I am an activist on behalf of that no longer happening. In fact, I want us in positions of leadership, even though it's counter-spotty. Yeah, I mean, do you have that? You're sensitive and you're in a position of public eye-ness, which sucks. I mean, it's great that you're there, but it's a lot.
We're trying to do a good thing.
That's the point, though. I've never met an empath who's not wildly conscientious.
Yeah.
And all jokes aside, I've never been an empath who doesn't have some deep, deep desire to serve.
So are you done getting your ass kicked?
No.
You want to keep going?
I'm always going to keep going. That is the cockroach metaphor for me. I'm going to be here way long. I think I will find out. I might get my...
No, I believe it.
Yeah, it feels long.
Your second album, Now is the Time.
Nice. Thanks for honoring the chronology.
You wrote something in the liner notes.
Hmm.
This is from 1992.
You want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate doing that,
I'm sorry.
but I can do it for you. Now's the time. No regrets, growth. Give yourself credit. Everybody is different. Their view of you may not be correct. Does it really matter? Who matters? You. Talk, listen, cry, learn about you. Be aware. Patience. Be positive. Be hopeful. Don't ever let anyone destroy who you are and what you believe. Be open to change and evolution. Forgive, let go, swallow your pride, but spit it up when you're done to make sure it's still intact. Be gentle, strong, don't be perfect, be excellent. Falter, balance, be grateful, be real, never give up, don't be afraid, I believe in you. So sweet.
Do you remember any of that?
I do.
And who the hell was that?
The writer, or who was I talking to?
Yes.
Always the same. I'm writing to me, I'm writing to other, and I'm writing it as a prayer in a way. Yeah, I just see a lot of unnecessary suffering across from me. So some of the suffering we have is necessary, but some of the suffering is entirely unnecessary, and that's the prize my eye is on. The stuff that's not necessary to be feeling sadness about. I like to come in and look around with peeps. All I do is inquire. It's like I used to do Q&A, now I do Q and Q. But Q and Q doesn't work with you. The ball hits the drapes.
That is amazing.
That the 15-year-old wrote that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That the 15 had the wherewithal and the foresight to write it for the person you hoped you could become.
Mm-hmm. And that happens a lot. I'll write that which was not said, that which I would have loved to have heard.
So the suffering in that you see, what do you want to let go of, or what have you let go of?
The desire to show up and be an advocate and protect. That's in my bone marrow. What I have let go of is the smiling presentation, I think. But I'm also going to say appeasement. That's what we do. We smile. So I think my survival strategies, I'm onto them. And I can have awkward silences now, whereas a Canadian and as a appeasement person, I was filling every silence, and now I don't. And I let the awkwardness just be.
I feel like before we go, I want to hear a song that, for me, in recent months, I don't know, I've turned to it. I've had a little bit of a hard time, and I've turned to it, and I imagine I'm not alone in turning to it. So I want to play this song. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Hand in My Pocket.
I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a high five.
I don't know how the hell and why you subject yourself
To
writing something that vulnerable, that honest, that reflective of your experience, and then putting it out into a world that can often be unfeeling.
and also remembering that vulnerability is going to be pooped upon in a patriarchal context because vulnerability is wildly feminine.
I've already lost that with the length of my hair.
So you're already pooped upon.
I'm already pooped upon.
That's great. Can you lead the cavalry of other men into the towering inferno for me?
I will do it, but I need to ask you a favor.
Of course.
Can we not end this episode?
With the word patriarchy?
No, with the words pooped upon.
I think that would make it special. Thank you so much, Sam. P.S. pooped upon.
This has been one of the strangest and most enjoyable episodes.
Oh, me too.
With this new show, that's going to happen here in LA in the fall.
In November.
Butterfly with Machete. We're thinking of that 19-year-old who moves to Los Angeles, who doesn't know really anyone, who had just spent a career as a child star making songs that weren't exactly hers. Did you ever think that this show would be possible? A show that is like absolutely
as personal as it gets.
Like, how does that feel to be doing this at this point in your life?
It feels great because it feels so whole. My goal is to be whole, not good, even though I do believe we're innately good. It's the only thing not subject to dualism. But the I was going to say the movie, the musical, I don't even know what to call it. The hyphenate is allowed now. We don't have to be one thing anymore. And vulnerable, power, all the feelings, all the movements, all the stuff that's terrifying. I was sort of micro shaking the entire time. And that usually if I'm about to throw up, my inner critic gets really loud. That's a sign that I'm completely aligned. So that means that it'd be a good thing to keep going.
Yeah. Shaking is good.
Shaking is good.
When you said, if not for music, if not for therapy, I would not be here. I probably speak for a lot of people when I say I'm grateful that you are and that you have made it through.
Thanks.
And I look forward to whatever the hell is next.
I'll see you in November then.
I'll be there. You want me to come?
Play a role?
Is unpaid or paid?
You tell me. You're in charge, remember?
Alanis Morissette, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sam, for being so smart and kind and hold spacey and comedic and intuitive. I think our beingness is together is its own thing.
I think we could take it on the road.
You know, I think just sitting awkwardly in silence on stage, like Andy Kaufman style, meets Carol Burnett.
Let's do 10 seconds of awkward silence and then we'll end it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was good.
That was great.